Hello guys. So, more birthday celebrations. This time I'm celebrating the 70th birthday of one of my all-time favorite movie composers, Alan Silvestri. He's of course known from movies like the Back to the Future trilogy, The Avengers, Forrest Gump, the first two Predator movies, etc. etc. He has done a lot. So now I'm gonna show you my collection of his scores. Now, I really don't have even nearly all of his stuff because there's, for example, still some of them that haven't received a proper release yet, which is a shame. But for now, let's dive into the scores that I do own, so let's go! So let's start things off big with Avengers Infinity War. This is an absolutely brilliant score, as well as Endgame, which I still need to get, and also the first Avengers score. Then I've got Back to the Future Part 3. Yes, I still need to get the first two, and also the expanded version of this one. Then we've got Beowulf. The Bodyguard. The like Whitney Houston there. Captain America, the first Avenger. Nice disc design there. Cat's Eye. Now, if you have heard some bits of this score, you will hear that the main theme in this sounds very similar to Back to the Future. Then we have this release, which actually contains two scores. This one, Clean Slate, and the Perez Family. Then I've got Contact. This one also has two scores, Summer Rental and Critical Condition, as you saw on the cover. Then we have the Delta Force, which I actually got to see on a big screen a few weeks ago. This one has two discs. The first one has the film score, and the second one has the original soundtrack album. Dutch, which is probably one of his lesser known scores. Fandango. Forrest Gump, which I don't think I even need to say, but it is a beautiful score. G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. Judgment Night. Mac and Me. Now, I have to say, this score is something of a hidden gem in the whole Silvestri catalog, if you ask me. It is absolutely gorgeous. The Mummy Returns. Again, I need to get the recent expanded edition of this. Now, this CD is actually not just a Castaway. This is actually a compilation of the films that Silvestri had done with Bob Zemeckis up till Castaway. So we've got tracks from Romancing the Stone, of course the Back to the Future movies, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Death Becomes Her, Forrest Gump, of course, Contact, and What Lies Beneath, and then finally Castaway. I hope we someday get the full Castaway score released. Now, I know that some people might think that there's really no need to release the score because for one thing, that the movie doesn't have much score in it, especially because it's only at the very end, or well, I would say the last third of the movie is filled with the score, and secondly because it's all like the same main theme repeated over and over again, which I don't mind because it's a very beautiful theme, but it would still be nice to have an official release of the complete score. So here's to hoping. Then we've got the second Night at the Museum movie. I still need to get the scores of the first one and the third one. And then we've got the Polar Express. Now, this is the special edition release of this album, which is like a book, and with the bell there. Now, I don't really like how the disc is stored, especially when you have to put it back in. You really need to make sure that it's pushed all the way in here. And also I hope that this score also gets an expanded complete release in the future, because it deserves it. And then we've got the first two Predator movies. So here's the first one. And the second one. I need to get the expanded release of this one too. And then we've got The Quick and the Dead. Ready Player One. I was so glad that Silvestri decided to use the theme of a certain movie monster in this, or well, two if we're technical, but there's a certain one which I was very proud to hear. Red 2. Ricochet. Romancing the Stone. Like I said before, this was the first time that Silvestri and Bob Zemeckis worked together. Soap dish. Stuart Little 2. Now, of course, because this is the soundtrack album, it hasn't got much of this score. In fact, the last two tracks are the only pieces from Silvestri's score. But it's okay because those are the two best tracks from this score. Now, actually, both this and the first Stuart Little, those are my personal favorites Alan Silvestri scores. So I hope that these two also get a proper score release at some point. Van Helsing. Volcano. And as you can see, this is the more recent expanded edition. And finally we have Disney's The Wild. So that was my Alan Silvestri score collection. Once again, happy birthday, Maestro, and keep up the great work. See ya.